Hey guys, it's Ted Bogert. We're back with the Ted Show. I am here with a very dear old friend. She's not old, but we've known each other a long time. The one and only Terri Jones, or Terri Jones Robbins, with Base Camp Children's Cancer Foundation. I'm super excited to have her on. I love this organization. It's one of my favorites. Anything to do with kids, and you add cancer into it, and the work that Terri and her team do every single day to bring some sort of joy and normalcy to these kids and families is amazing. And then now we have an anonymous donor who has donated money, and we're doing a matching donor campaign. So enough about me. Welcome, Terri. How you doing?
Thank you so much, Ted. You're our favorite fabulous board member. You're the most festive and the just all the time. You don't need a holiday to be festive.
I do not need a holiday to be festive.
We are so excited. One of your sweet anonymous friends offered a $10,000 Save December, Save Base Camp. You can imagine this year has been so crazy. We have lost celebrity waiters luncheons. We've lost black and white weekend fundraisers because we can't get 1,000 people or 200 people in a room anymore. So we've really been struggling, and we're so grateful and so thankful. A wonderful surprise gift of a $10,000 matching fund. And then a lot of our board members, your lovely friend, Kat Brower, yesterday, I think it was yesterday, she called me over. She had $100. And I said, hey, your $100 is now $200. And she said, what? And so she got on the Facebook, and I know she had raised over another $500 yesterday.
Yeah. It's amazing. And yes, big kudos to Kat and really anybody else who gets on board. When you have a matching donor campaign, it's matching. Yeah, you can do so much more. You're basically almost doubling your money.
Well, and we are. I had people that said, what can I do? And I said, give me $100, give me $25, whatever you got, because we have a matching funder, and it literally does double our money. And
which is amazing. Okay, so for those people who don't know about Base Camp, Terri, tell us.
We are Base Camp Children's Cancer Foundation. I must have started when I was 2 because
you were only 2, I can tell you.
I was only 2. 38 years in the Central Florida community. I started with my good friends over at the Leukemia Society. I love them. I love what they do. I love all the big charities that do research and all the other stuff. But there's a lot of little things that need to be done. People need meals in the hospitals and gifts throughout the year and things throughout the year. So we have set up ourselves as a crazy little small charity that does the little things. We literally, up until COVID, were delivering 5 hot meals a week to the kids and families in the hospitals and clinics. And we are blessed with 3 children's cancer hospitals right here in Orange County. And just to put that in perspective, there are only 17 hospitals in the state of Florida that treat kids with cancer. People ask me all the time, they say, why don't you go to Sanford Hospital? It's like, they might have a pediatric department, but they don't have pediatric oncology, hematology. Yeah. So we have about 1,000 children between those 3 hospitals. Arnold Palmer is the oldest. Our friends at Advent, formerly Florida Hospital, are over 25 years old, and Nemours Children's Hospital. So that's where kids with cancer go in the Central Florida area. That's where their doctor's offices are, their outpatient clinics, when they're inpatient. And then we also have a bone marrow transplant unit at Florida Hospital, Advent. I know it's going to take me.
That's all right. I still do it too.
Change that. But we just continue to serve families, and we have been very blessed and grateful during COVID. We have been able to pivot a little bit. And instead of going to the hospitals and delivering lunches room to room out of a big tray of lasagna, or everything has to be individually wrapped, you can imagine. We now cannot, I always say we can't cross the threshold. We can't go into the hospital, but we work with the wonderful child life staffs at all the hospitals. We are still continuing to deliver those hot meals.
Oh, that's great.
We just went to Advent this week. We had a group. Kennard Lang is a local football player who went to Evans High School. Was formerly in the NFL, and NFL sponsors 20 gift bags for kids every year through the Kennard Lang Foundation. The 20 kids at Advent are going to get goodie bags, and we have a wonderful another anonymous donor who is doing $100 gifts for all the patients and their siblings who are stuck in the hospital at the bone marrow transplant unit. It's just been amazing. So we just try to do all the little things. We focus on nourishment, which is food. I'm from the South, and my mother told me, if you were going to come see me, you better bring me something, and you better have enough for everybody. We have a wonderful young man who's now over 40. I don't know how that can be possible, but one of my long-term survivors, he was the middle child of 3 kids. His mom was a single mom, and he would often get left at the hospital. And he learned early on that if he asked Miss Terri to buy him a Whopper or a taco from Taco Bell, that I would get that done. And I learned early on that you can't bring one Whopper to the hospital. You got to bring 10 or 20 or 10 pizzas. People said, why you got 10 pizzas? It's like, because there's 20 rooms up here. You got to have enough to share. So that's our nourishment program. We have a drive-through food pantry since the COVID. Parents stay in their car. They drive up every Friday, and with wonderful donors, we've been able to give them. Servant's Heart Food Pantry gives us 10 bags of groceries and 10 frozen meats and 10 veggies and 10 breads and 10 milks. And so we're able to sponsor families, and then we give them a $50 gift card so they can go buy some extra stuff. And so nourishment, encouragement, we always want to cheer people on. So we are forever doing milestone parties and celebrating birthdays, siblings' birthdays. We've even celebrated parents' birthdays and anniversaries, because when your child's in the hospital, the last thing you need to worry about is running around trying to get a cake. Yes. So when we can bring a cake and celebrate the day, and then we always want our programs to offer the strength to finish the climb. Base camp is symbolic of the encampments that are built as you climb a mountain. And at base camp is where you stop, gather with your friends, rest, eat, figure out how you're going to climb that dang mountain. And with cancer, sickle cell, hemophilia, those are just such mountains in our kids' lives. So if we can have a party, we just had our first teen Zoom party. I had.
Oh, you did? How'd that go?
It was so much fun. I've been dreaming this up, and our teenagers are a hard nut to crack, if you will. Sure. Especially now, they're just not as social. We actually started as a teen social group, but especially now, we can't go bowling. We can't go to the movies. We can't go to the pizza parlor and have a pizza party. So we had pizza delivered to 4 different houses. And our UCF college student who's working on her community service hours, she shared her screen, and we all watched Elf together. And it was so much fun. And we're hoping we pull in more kids. We do a Friday night Zoom for little kids, 12 and younger, and have crafts. We haven't worked on the food with them yet, but it was really a fun element. I said, I really appreciated the pizza places that worked with us. And it's really easy these days. You just plug in somebody's address and it pulls up their.
You bring up something. I want to stress something you mentioned earlier. It's kind of a theme. We think about how we all feel horrible when we see anyone with a cancer, and then you add a child to it, and we forget that it impacts everybody. It impacts everything, and there's a loneliness factor to it. And so all of that cheer and joy that you all always bring in to the hospitals and to the families. Sometimes that's the only joy they've had. Sometimes that's the only sense of what life will be after treatment, what life was before treatment. And it's so powerful. I've seen it. It is powerful.
It really, it's always ceased to amaze me that moms are so grateful when we bring the new movie in, Scooby-Doo, Trolls. We actually, again, that was another pivot. We had been bringing hard copy movies in on Friday night with popcorn and candy. Well, again, we can't go into the hospital, and we would bring in 60 movies and let kids pick what they want. Well, again, we can't do that. But when some of the new movies came out, we were able to buy the streaming version and deliver it remotely to the kids. So Trolls and Scooby-Doo were big hot hits.
Love it.
And it was fun because they could have a little bit of normal. And that's what we really strive for. I can't tell you how many kids, when we've walked in with Chick-fil-A or Burger King or Taco Bell or some fun food, they're like, wow, that's what I wanted.
Exactly.
I would say it is like hitting a grand slam in the last inning. When we can provide what somebody needs when they need it and when they want it, it is.
I've witnessed it. It's such an honor to be part of the board. I've seen firsthand at so many of the events and hearing so many of the testimonials of how it just changed their mindset. It helped them think positively. Like, it's one thing to be in the hospital all day long. You're going through treatment. I mean, that is just crazy. And to not have any real connection with people outside of your family. Sometimes the only people you talk to or see all day are the nurses or the techs that come in and out. And so it is just so powerful to watch the kids' faces light up, watch the families' faces light up, because just for that one split second, that 130 minutes, they're focused on something that is normal and fun and engaging, and it helps get their mind off the battle. The battle is tremendous.
I say our job is director of diversion. I am like, hey, look over here. I'm not curing cancer. I'm not finding the cause and the cure, and I hope somebody does. For 38 years, I have been told that the research we're doing is making a difference. And I do know the numbers are better these days, but it doesn't feel very rare to the families who are currently on treatment. And they need those diversions. They need a cheeseburger from Shake Shack and a Texas Roadhouse meal. We just did that, and it's just amazing. And I think you're from the South too. And as we know, food is comfort, and food is community cares about you. We have a lot of families that they might be from another county, or we've had single moms that had no support group. Maybe they were new to the area, or they just weren't joiners. We have other families who have great support. They have church groups and neighborhoods and Aunt Betty and everybody coming over. But during COVID, nobody can come see. Like, one parent can go to the room. Nobody can come up there. So we've really tried to step up that game. And
it's a blessing what you all do. All right. So we've got this matching donor program. Tell us how people can get involved, donate so that we can double their money. What's the best way for them to do that?
Basecamp.org. And then if you are a Facebook follower, we're Basecamp Children's Cancer Foundation. I know that there's a couple of fundraisers. I know Kat Brower has one. People can set up their own fundraisers. They can set us up as the charity. We have some fundraisers on there. The Facebook stuff goes right into our bank account, and you don't have to mess with it. It's wonderful. Same with basecamp.org. Those things are all mechanical, and you get a receipt, and it's all above board. And
you're doing such good work and we're doubling your money.
Woo! The other thing, if people want to do something specific, if they want to earmark their money, I know Kat started that yesterday, because I told her one of the things that we don't ever have enough of are teenager gifts. So we wanted some cash so we could go to Ulta and go to Target and buy some gift cards because kids want to go buy their own stuff.
They do.
It's really hard to buy for teenagers. And I said, who doesn't like a Target run or a Ulta makeup run? Or so it's a wonderful gift to give teenagers. I know it's quite not as fun to buy the basketball and the Barbie, but we have lots of basketballs and Barbies, and we never have enough teen gifts. So I know that Kat earmarked her funds. So, and like I said, I know yesterday it was 50 up to over $500. So
Woo-hoo.
her original $100, we have enough to buy, I think that I can't cipher quick enough, but I think $25 gift cards. That's
Wow.
how amazing
That's amazing. All right. So Terri Jones Robbins, Terri Jones, you can just call her Terri. Terri, one name. Base Camp Children's Cancer Foundation, near and dear to my heart, doing so much good work. And they're filling in the gap where there's not services. And we have to think past the 4-year-old going through cancer, a 5-year-old doesn't really care about the research. They want some attention. They want some love. They want some positivity. And they want some normalcy in their lives because what they're going through, sometimes they don't even understand. Look, let's see. Alice just posted.
Yay!
All right, Alice, that's right. So Amazon, sign up for Amazon Smile and select Basecamp as your charity. There are amazing millions of ways to get involved. So reach out to me, reach out to Terri. Let's take that $10,000 anonymous donation to 20. Very excited for you guys. You know I love you and appreciate everything that you do.
We love you right back. Thank you, thank you.
All right. Basecamp.org. Go there. Let's get these kids some happiness. Love it. All right. Love you guys. Bye.